But we can stop Russia and Russia occupation forces. Ukrainian forces strike Russian airbase in Crimea. One jet destroyed, 4 damaged. Last night, Ukraine Security Service Special Forces Unit A launched a successful drone strike on a key Russian military airbase in temporarily occupied Crimea. In the early hours of August 4, drones operated by the SBU's elite unit A struck the Saki airbase. Do the occupiers understand signals that they should leave our Crimea? And how painful are the strikes on Crimea for Putin, who considers Crimea a symbol of his victories that do not exist?
And I'm sorry to say, but that is not the symbolic strike, and that is not some signal to send to Russian Federation. This is just part of the war. In this war, Russia lost hundreds of jets, of military jets. I don't remember exact number, but it is more than 300 military jets. And this is just five more. And this is just the very, very small part of this war. And the territory of this war is very wide. And not only Ukrainian territory, not only Crimea was Ukrainian occupied territories, but also Kyiv, which they bombed, and also the half of Russian territory. Just during last weekend, Ukrainian special forces struck Russian territory and Russian refineries, oil refineries in different cities, in different regions by drones, by big military drones. And very successful. It was very successful in Samara region, in Ryazan region, and the last strike was in Sochi, which is the resort city of Russian Federation on the Black Sea. There, the airport was struck, and the airport facilities, oil and gasoline facilities, were struck, and it stopped this airport. This airport was closed. So this is just military routine of this war. Nobody take that as a signal or as a signal to negotiate.
Okay, Michael, what we see next? Steps by Donald Trump, a stunning change of tone. This is the turnabout that Bloomberg reports from the White House. And it's not just about rhetoric. Trump is changing his strategy regarding India to gain leverage over Putin. India has become one of the main targets of US President Donald Trump, who is seeking to put pressure on Russian dictator Putin to stop the war against Ukraine. Several factors and events at once testify to this. Thus, last week, the American leader criticized India for its membership in BRICS and close ties with Russia. In particular, he said that India and Russia can destroy their debt economies together. The attack marked a stunning change of tone for the United States, which for years ignored India's close historical ties with Russia in an effort to attract the country as a counterweight to China in Asia, Bloomberg writes. However, Trump is now likely ready to abandon this strategy in order to gain leverage over Putin. Also, last week, the US president told the media that, according to his information, India will no longer buy Russian oil. However, the New York Times, citing its sources, reported that despite Trump's threat of sanctions, India will continue to buy oil from Russia. How can Trump use India against Russia, and will India really refuse Russian oil? Reuters, for example, citing several anonymous sources in the market, reports that India's largest oil refinery, Indian Oil Corp, has purchased 7 million barrels of oil from the United States, Canada, and the Middle East as a tender for delivery in September.
During this time when we make this interview, President Trump made the new offer to India, and he said that India is buying the cheap Russian oil, refine that, and sell the oil products. So, in his plan and plans of President Trump to to send these tariffs up. So now the tariff on India is 25% because of this support of Russian war. So now he won't increase this percentage, and this is just today's claim by President Trump. So this is the good news. But not only India. This is not only about India. India is very visible part of this process. But it started not from India, by the way. It started from European Union. Let's not forget that this process started from European Union a week ago. A week ago, President Trump met in Scotland with Ursula von der Leyen, who is the chairman of European Union, and they agreed the new trade agreement between US and EU. And part of this trade agreement is the European Union refuses to buy gas and oil from Russian Federation. Because European Union is buyer number 4, I believe, from oil and gas from Russian Federation, after China, India, and Turkey, by the way. So the first step was against European Union. The second step was against India, but at the end of last week, President Trump also did his first step against Brazil, who is country number 5 by Russian oil imports. And he put I don't remember exactly, but I believe it was 50% tariff on oil Brazilian products because of, as he said, because of Brazil political steps, which are the real threat to American security. And one of these steps is the buying oil from Russian Federation and being the part of BRICS and trying to organize the new, how to say that, the new currency, BRICS currency, something like that, against US dollar. So now he started processes against India and against Brazil and against European Union. So only 2 targets were not hit by Mr. Trump till today. This is Turkey, which buys a lot of Russian oil, and this is China. China is a main buyer of Russian oil. So it will be the development of this situation till the end of this week or till the next Monday, I believe.
And what about China? China, tariffs?
China is the last elephant in this family.
Yeah.
He always have a bigger fish to fry. This bigger fish is China. But this is the most difficult situation. Because India is the country which depends on the United States. Brazil is the country which somehow depends on the United States. European Union obviously depends on the United States. But China is the only country who says, no, we are absolutely independent. And we are in the same range like United States. So it is the most dangerous opponent, China.